So if it's to be separate med and med بدل or exchange med on the same word, like the example جاءوا أباهم. Here we have the word جاءوا, we have hamza and then waw. So it is exchange med. At the same time it works as separate med because we have waw and followed by hamza on أباهم. جاءوا أباهم. So what we gonna do now on the waw is it is gonna be elongated for 2 counts as exchange med, or it's gonna be elongated as separate med for 4 counts. As I told you that the separate med is stronger than the exchange med, so we're gonna apply it as separate med. جاءوا أباهم. 4 counts. Also we may be having the presence of the compulsory med. At the same time we have the exchange med, like the word الآن. We have hamza first and then alif, so it works as exchange med. At the same time this alif is followed by second letter, which is the lam, and this lam is second all the time. We call this compulsory med, which is 6 counts. As I told you that the compulsory is the strongest type of med. So here what we're gonna do we apply as 2 counts because it is an exchange med, or we're gonna apply it as 6 counts because it is a compulsory med? So it's gonna be as 6 counts, saying الآن. So this alif is gonna be elongated as 6 counts because the the compulsory med is stronger than the exchange med. The last example is the presence of the attached med and the attached med, which is the hamza and the mad letter in the same word, and the exchange med also. When you say رئاء الناس, رئاء, here we have hamza first and then alif. رئاء, رئاء, this is exchange med, but also works as attachment because it is followed by hamza on the same word. رئاء. So what we can apply here? Have 2 types of med on the same letter. So we can apply the stronger one, which is the attachment, to be done as 4 counts. So we can say that this alif is going to be elongated for 4 counts. Now we took the rule which controls the presence of 2 types of med on the same letter, that we have the strongest one of them, which is the compulsory med. Then number 2, as I'm telling you, that this order is descending order from the strongest to the weakest. So the strongest is the compulsory. Number 2 is the attached med. Number 3 is the med that presents sukun. Number 4 is the separate med, and number 5 is the exchange med. After finishing this lesson, we finished the med lesson, alhamdulillah. Now we start taking a new lesson, which is the heavy and the light letters. Heavy and light letters. Actually, we have to know that the heaviness and the lightness of the letter is controlled by your tongue, and we can say that it is the backward part of your tongue or the posterior of your tongue. If you lift this part, you'll be having a heavy letter, and we'll be giving you an example for that with the ta and the ta. Both of them are coming from the same point. The articulation point of them are the same, but the difference between them is the heaviness and the lightness. When you say ta, ta, you are lifting the tongue from the back. Ta, ta. And we say ta, ta. So the tongue is rested and then it's not lifted from the back. Subhanallah, this is the only difference between them. And this is the way you want to make any letter heavy, by lifting the tongue from the back. This is the only way to get a heavy letter. We have to know that not all the letters are heavy, not all the letters are light. So we'll be taking now the heavy letters, and they are collected in these words. خص ضغط قذ. خص ضغط قذ. خص خا and then صا. خص ضغط ضاد and غين and طاء. قذ قاف and ضاء. These are the heavy letters, which is gonna be all the time heavy, will never be light. Okay, when you say ha, ta, za, qa, all of these letters are heavy and all the time heavy. How can I make them heavy? As I told you, by lifting the tongue from the back. Okay, so changing these letters to be light will change the makeup of the word, and if you do that, you'll be doing a clear mistake, which will change the makeup of the word and will change the Quran. So it's very important to correct it. And we know that many letters of them are not found on the English language. For example, we have in the Arabic language we have dad, but in the English language is not dad. There is dal only. So you have to know how to make the dal different from dad, because dad is a heavy letter. To pronounce the dad the right way, okay? So da is a heavy letter. Hussa, ha, ha. You shouldn't say ha, but it should be ha, because it's heavy. Sa. Also, many of the students are pronouncing the sa as sin, and the sin is light letter, but the sa is a heavy letter, so you have to differentiate. Sa, sa, sa. And that may cause a very big change in the meaning. May change the meaning of the word totally. Like when you say, instead of saying يوم الطلاق, you say الطلاق means the meeting of the people with Allah. الطلاق, you are saying الطلاق. The difference here that you are changing the ta to ta, and the ta here will change the meaning of the word. الطلاق means divorce. This is the meaning of it. So الطلاق means meeting of the people, and الطلاق with the ta means divorce. You know the difference now. Subhanallah, it's very important to change the letters. So it is very important to make sure that your heavy letters are already heavy and they are not light. Khussa, dagtin, qidh are the heavy letters which will never be light. We have then some letters, so we can say that these are letters which are always heavy. The rest of the letters is going to be light. But actually we have some letters which has special cases. I mean, we have 3 letters which are the lam and the alif for the mad, and also the ra. We'll be taking 2 of them. They have special cases. I mean that they sometimes heavy, sometimes not. So we have khussa, dagt, and qidh. These letters are always heavy. And we have these 3 letters that I'll be giving you now, sometimes heavy, sometimes not. And the rest of the letters is going to be light. Okay, for now, we'll be talking about the 3 letters which are sometimes heavy, sometimes light.